You are intuitive, empathic, and have a heart of gold. And most likely you're here watching this video because you feel a strong sense of calling from deep within your heart to help people at a deeper level, while merging spiritual and practicality into your life as a spiritual healer. Now, there are so many different types of modalities, and how do you start? If you are like me, who started out from the corporate world, moving into the spiritual realm while still navigating the matrix system can seem a little bit overwhelming. So there are 10 steps that we'll be going through in this video, and I really invite you to take out a piece of paper and pen and follow along in this video and just jot down some notes. I'll be asking you some questions, and these are great questions for you to help manifest your soul-aligned purpose. And so these are some of the questions that I wish I had when I first started my business. So I hope that this will be of great service to you. So first thing first, number one is your big why. Why do you want to go on this path and become a spiritual healer? So in your piece of paper, write down 3 words that describe your energy. And for some of you that might struggle with this, you can go on your social media and ask your friends, just make a post. How would you describe me in 3 words? And you will start to see like a pattern on how people see you, and you see some common words when they start to share with you. Next, you want to write down 3 values that you think is really important to you. And these will be your pillars on which you build your business. So what are the 3 things that's most important to you and will benefit your clients at the same time? For example, compassionate, empathic, non-judgmental, integral, strength, resilience, and so forth. And last item for number 1 is to write down 3 of your messages. What do you stand for? If you watch some of my other videos, I repeat the same message over and over again because that's what I stand for. I stand for Lightworkers to embrace their natural state of being, which is abundance, purposeful, and passionate. Number 2 is create a transitional bridge. When I was in the corporate world, I was really healing myself from depression, and I didn't know how to transition into having a business, right? There is this stability of paycheck bi-weekly, and then you're moving into a space where it's really going to test you on your manifestation skills and your determination. It's going to test you on all levels. So it's better to create a bridge. And I always suggest to my students to not quit their job right away. You still want to have capital to build your practice. There's nothing wrong with having abundance in itself. And this is also where during this bridge, take the time to release some of these old programmings that the 3D realm put on Lightworker to keep us small, to dim our light. I find that when Lightworkers, we are abundant, we share our wealth. We're not those people that hoard the wealth, you know, like some higher ups out there. We love to contribute. So there's nothing wrong with you receiving abundance by doing what you're good at and by being in alignment to your purpose while being in service to others. So on your piece of paper now, write down what are the 3 things that you feel like you need to work on. What are the 3 blockages? Now, there are a lot of modalities out there, and through my journey, inner child work has helped me, womb healing, healing with my ancestors, ego alchemy, healing my emotional body, mindfulness. So write down 3 practices that you feel will help you. You don't need to be perfect or absolutely enlightened to help someone as a spiritual healer. In fact, in my practice, I find that the more authentic you are, the more vulnerable you are, more that people can connect with you. It's not like, oh, you're so spiritual, you're so high up, it's so hard for us to be where you're at. When you're like me, a little bit dorky sometimes, and make fun of yourselves and make some jokes, some people will like it. They like who you are. They're drawn to you based on your vibration. So be yourself. Don't try to be like, oh, I need to be like this spiritual teacher, or I need to be like that person. Just be you. Right? You are a unique expression of source. Number 4 is knowing your gifts. Now, each one of us is like the X-Men. We have our own unique special abilities. And so some of us are better at clairsentient. Some of us are better at clairvoyance. And there's really no right or wrong answers as to how you are a clear conduit for divine energy. And I notice that as I'm teaching my students, sometimes we'll be all channeling the same energy, but we will perceive it differently. So a white ray, for example, some people will perceive it as a white dove. Some people will perceive it as angel wings, but they are all of the same vibration. So get to know your skills and your gifts, and a really good book for you to get started is The Psychic Pathway. This book is a wonderful book. It has some stories and examples, and it has like journaling question. It takes you week by week to get to know your clear abilities and also give you tips to expand on your existing skills. On your piece of paper, write down and reflect on your life earlier in your life when you were struggling with depression or anxiety. Maybe you were like me. You become a healer because we are the wounded healers. We learn how to heal because of our own devotion to our own healing journey. And in our journey, once we have done quite a lot of work, we start to shift into the empowerment mode. And so on your piece of paper, ask yourself, what are my 3 biggest aha moments? Who are my 3 biggest inspiring teachers? And what are 3 stories that I feel are compelling to share and would help someone? So for example, maybe I use this a lot with my students, Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth. That create a huge shift in my life. And so I would share with all my students, and to my surprise, everyone also really liked that book as well. So again, it's frequency and vibration. Get to know who you are, and then you'll get to find your tribe. Number 7, and this is also very important, like in work, which is your training and improving your skill set. I get a lot of new students who are like Reiki healers or life coaches, crystals healers, and they struggle to build their practice. And I say, as much as I love all these modalities, I do all of them. How do you stand out from a crowd, right, of people? And I don't believe in competition, I believe in co-creation, but what is your unique energy signature? What is your authentic self? And this is where training really comes into play. Don't be afraid to invest in a really good training. And my journey, I have probably invested over $40,000 in my training. And I think that's also one of the major factors of how I was able to become successful full-time so quickly is because of that. And this brings me to the next point, is that I was just finding a mentor or teacher that you have access to. Like if you sign up for a course with a really famous teacher, which is great, they have a lot of wisdom, but you don't get that one-on-one interaction with them. And on your journey, as you're building out your practice, you really need someone to be there as your mentor. And find a teacher that understands light and shadows. Find a teacher that cares about who you are, your strengths and your weaknesses, and someone that is also spiritual but practical at the same time. Number 9 is writing down on your piece of paper some research steps that you want to take. So, for example, if you live in a really rural area, it's hard to build a practice in person. That means that you need to build a practice online. Now, go online and search for people that have online healing practices. How do they do it? What kind of software do they do? How do they share the messages? If you live in a really busy city like me in Toronto, then start researching places of spiritual centers like crystal stores, spiritual communities. Go to events and workshops and get to network and connect with other light workers. When I first started, I started out participating in other people's workshop and then co-creating with them, and then slowly gaining the confidence to do my own workshops. So do some research into what are some of the places or venues or conventions that you can travel to gain some experience and gain some connections. And number 10 is finding a trusted and reputable Akashic reader. And I say this because I do this in my practice, is that I find that your higher self and your Akashic guardians or spiritual guides can bring forth some of your lifetimes that is relevant to your current desires and intention to become a healer. And a lot of times they would channel, like, in this lifetime you did this, so you already inherently have the skills. Now in this lifetime you need to download it and reactivate it into your body. And so having a reading will give you a lot more clarity than just trying to figure it out on your own. This path is very sacred. It will take a lot of hard work, dedication, resiliency, and commitment. And it will take a whole level of different inner work that you need to do as a catalyst and facilitator. Every one of us have the ability to heal. And if you feel called to become a healer, to express your soul purpose in this way, I honor you. And I hope that these 10 tips have really helped you. If you have any more questions or if you would like some resources, feel free to comment below. For some of you that are super new to this, I do have a series of training called Opening to Channel with the Higher Realms, which you could sign up for free. I will post the link somewhere below. In that training, I teaches you how to open to channel safely, properly, and appropriately. Having these steps is very important to ensure that you're channeling with the higher energy. There's a lot of preparation that goes into channeling. Thank you for allowing me to be of service to you today. I send you much love and light. Go out there and work your magic. If you are an intuitive, empathic, and spiritual woman who have this strong calling to help others as a healer, and you're very serious, devoted, you're hardworking, and you know that this is what you want to do, this is your calling, my High Priestess Ascension Academy is open. We have a few spots open for this year. In our academy, you get to experience and embody your 6 goddess archetype. In each archetype, you'll be learning how to not only heal yourself, but in healing yourself, learning how to heal others as well. We have modalities ranging from how to heal your inner child, how to heal the emotional body, womb healing, channeling, past life reading, energy healing, and how to set up your business. These are all the advanced trainings that I have put into my academy as well. These are all the things that I wish I had when I started my business. There's live group coaching sessions directly with me. You also get one-on-one email support with me. I really care about my student success, and this is the reason why I only take a few people at a time to ensure that I have the time and energy to devote to each student. There is access to other students so that you can connect with other priestesses and your sisters to have practice sessions, because a big thing about becoming a skilled healer is practice. So there's a high level of support in my academy, and you feel free to check out the link below to read more about it and reach out to me if you feel like this is in alignment to your journey.